Madison, having been a volunteer for 60 years. Since joining the Madison Volunteer Ambulance Corps in 1960, Jack has completed close to 20,000 emergency calls, including delivering babies, splinting countless broken bones, and attending to thousands of patients in need. He leads by example and has served as a role model for hundreds of other members of the Madison Volunteer Ambulance Corps, making every member of the team feel comfortable and significant in their role. Jack's commitment to serving as an EMT and to the Madison community is why he is the recipient of the 2020 Atlantic Health System Emergency Services Jefferson Award Medallion. The Ambassador Award recognizes individuals whose exemplary volunteer service beyond the borders of New Jersey has made the world a better place while reflecting favorably on the people of the Garden State. The 2020 medalist is Gianella Brignoni. Gianella has always had a passion for service. While implementing many service projects and starting a service club, Gianella's childhood home burned down. Despite losing her home and belongings, Gianella continued her work mentoring students in New Jersey and New York, raising awareness for and supporting mental health in senior citizens, performing river cleanups, participating in food drives, and raising money for local and international projects. Gianella's personal struggles have only made her more committed to helping others in need. For her commitment to serving others in New Jersey and beyond, even in the face of personal tragedy, we honor Gianella with the 2020 Jefferson Award Ambassador Medallion. The BD Healthcare Individual Award recognizes individuals whose volunteer service to health institutions and organizations have enabled them to serve the needs of those in need of care and their families. The 2020 medalist is Jeffrey Leigner, MD. Dr. Jeffrey Leigner recognized a need in the local community and in 2012 opened the Free Clinic Newton. The clinic is open 3 days a week, serving the poor, the uninsured, and those lost citizens among us. All members of the public, especially those with financial hardship and without health insurance, are able to receive free medical care from a dedicated team of volunteer doctors, nurses, technicians, and lay personnel thanks to Jeffrey's work. Jeffrey's dedication to providing free medical assistance to those in need is why he is the 2020 recipient of the B.D. Jefferson Award for a Healthcare Individual.
The BD Animal Welfare Award recognizes individuals whose exemplary volunteer service involving or on behalf of animals or their owners has a positive impact on the health and well-being in their community. The 2020 medalist is Richard Jones. Richard has completed thousands of hours of volunteer service over the course of 6 years at Woodford Cedar Run Wildlife Refuge. His service involves a vast array of assignments, mostly centered on supporting the wildlife rehabilitation team in their effort to protect and preserve native wildlife. His weekly shifts include hands-on medical care of injured and/or orphaned wildlife, routine care of non-releasable resident wildlife, and training non-releasable birds of prey for educational programs. For Richard's continued efforts in preserving New Jersey's native wildlife, he is the recipient of the 2020 Jefferson Award Animal Welfare Medallion. The BD Patterson Patriot Award recognizes those whose public service and/or volunteerism advance the standard and quality of life in the city of Patterson. The 2020 medalist is Professor Sanford Sandy Shivak. As the volunteer director of JEEP, Dr. Shivak renovated 5 buildings, 4 in Passaic and 1 in Patterson, into 15 units of affordable housing and 2 preschools. He created 11 human rights-themed murals with public schools and the Passaic community, obtained grants for Mayan Guatemalan non-governmental organizations to construct 3 schools, co-founded the Bella Chanel Mentoring Program in Passaic, and obtained grants to construct a huge playground for the kids' preschool in Garfield, New Jersey. It is because of the great work that Dr. Shivak has done for the Patterson and surrounding area that he is the 2020 recipient of the BD Patterson Patriot Jefferson Award. The Education Award recognizes volunteers who provide classroom and/or after-school programs, enrichment opportunities, tutoring, or other academic support that enhance the student's ability to succeed. The 2020 medalist is Michaela Bauer. Hablo Inglés, founded by Michaela Bauer in 2016, is a free English immersion camp hosted in public libraries and donated spaces. This camp is designed to improve upon and maintain the English reading, writing, and speaking skills of children residing in Hispanic and multicultural communities during the summer months. The program is run by volunteer high school students who seek to eliminate the academic and consequently future economic barriers to children of families where English is not principally spoken in their homes. Michaela's vision for this organization and her commitment to it since are why she is the recipient of the 2020 Education Jefferson Award Medallion.
The PSE&G Jefferson Award for Environmental Stewardship recognizes volunteers who pioneer and promote energy conservation and environmental action to foster a clean, green, and sustainable environment. The 2020 medalist is Albert Horner. Albert laid the foundation for a volunteer group called the Pinelands Land Protectors, which has helped protect hundreds of acres of the New Jersey pinelands and removed over 150,000 pounds of illegal dumping from public lands. It has been a driving force for the protection of public lands since Albert started the group in 2015. This group now has 500 members and is a steady and reliable resource for state land managers, nonprofits, and private landholders that seek to bolster conservation of their lands. For his efforts in revitalizing conservation practices, public awareness, and protection of public lands, Albert is the recipient of the 2020 PSE&G Environmental Stewardship Jefferson Award Medallion. The PSE&G Service Through STEM Award recognizes the application of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills and knowledge by an individual or team to develop solutions to community problems at the individual, home, school, community, or global level. The 2020 medalist is Shannon Higginbotham. Farmer Shannon, as she's known in Burlington County, volunteers countless hours teaching at schools about agriculture. She's created several school gardens, does assemblies, science fairs, farm fairs, career nights, and is on the Board School District Wellness Committee and Evesham's Historic Preservation Committee, and so much more. She currently serves as vice chair on both the Burlington County Board of Ag Women's and NJFB Women's Leadership. Her agricultural education even extends to the legislators so they can better understand the issues at hand. Shannon's dedication to educating others and fostering the next generation of farmers is why she is the recipient of the 2020 PSE&G Service Through STEM Jefferson Award Medallion. The PSE&G Service to by Veterans and/or those in military service Jefferson Award recognizes extraordinary volunteer service by or in support of veterans and/or those in active military service. The 2020 medalist is James Stover. Using the resources of the Diocesan Federation of Knights of Columbus, James initiated a program to pay transportation costs for active duty military personnel to return home for the holidays. Send a Hero Home for the Holidays has raised over $310,000 over the past 7 years. This has enabled 585 airmen, sailors, Coast Guard, and Marines to travel home for the holidays at no cost to them or their families when they otherwise wouldn't have been able to. For James's commitment to reuniting active duty military personnel with their families for the holidays, he is the recipient of the 2020 PSE&G Service to by Veterans and Those in Military Service Jefferson Award Medallion.
The PSEG Youth in Service Award recognizes individuals, ages 18 and under, who lead and inspire both peers and adults to participate in volunteer efforts for the greater good of communities and/or individuals in need. The 2020 medalist is Alan Charles Maggi. At just 13 years old, Alan has held various independent service projects in order to benefit children's health. In July of 2019, Alan donated 32 boxes filled with toys and games to the St. Peter's Children's Hospital in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Through his tireless efforts, Alan successfully donated over 175 gift cards to the Children's Hospital at St. Peter's, so every young patient receiving treatment at the hospital, as well as each of their siblings, received a gift card at the hospital's holiday party. Alan's dedication to lifting the spirits of children with cancer is why he is the recipient of the 2020 PSEG Youth in Service Jefferson Award Medallion. The Volunteer Group Award recognizes an outstanding volunteer group or program consisting of 3 or more individuals whose volunteer activities benefit their communities. The 2020 medalist is the Piscataway Special Olympics Local Training Program. Jonathan Buggy, Lindsay Buggy, Julie Leslie, and Anthony Benjamin are the coach volunteers that make up the backbone of the Piscataway Special Olympics Training Program in Piscataway, New Jersey. 8 years ago, they dedicated themselves to starting a Special Olympics team with just 7 athletes. Today, the team has grown to over 40 athletes. They give freely of their time to not only train athletes in bowling and track and field, but to help these athletes find their own individual strengths and abilities. For the work they've done helping athletes with intellectual and physical disabilities in and out of competition, the Piscataway Special Olympics Local Training Program receives the 2020 Volunteer Group Jefferson Award. The Against All Odds Award recognizes individuals who overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles to successfully contribute to the greater good through volunteer activities. The 2020 medalist is Brittany Bodicher. In response to the suicide of a recent graduate from her school, Brittany began the Suicide Prevention Awareness and Education Program, Project Speak Out. Brittany did not feel that suicide was addressed enough by her school to support those who were impacted by the tragedy. In response, she was also able to get a suicide prevention program supported by her community and even the New Jersey Department of Education. Her program reached beyond her district to be shown at other locations. Brittany's perseverance in the face of local tragedy is why she is the 2020 Jefferson Award Against All Odds medallion.
The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Champion for Justice Award recognizes those who continue the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through their work to promote his message of civil rights, justice for all, peace, and nonviolence in our communities. As the chair of the New Jersey Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission, I am proud to announce the 2020 medalist is Riley Howerton. When Riley discovered there are lots of words people use to hurt others based on their diagnoses, race, religion, or sexual orientation, she decided at the age of 9 that she was going to try and change this. That's when she began her Choose Wise Words initiative. Through this program, she has educated thousands of students and adults by giving presentations, sharing the children's books she wrote on the issue, and encouraging others to take the pledge to choose wise words. Riley's work to eradicate discrimination and hate speech are why she is the recipient of the 2020 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Champion for Justice Jefferson Award medallion.
The Faith-Based Service Award recognizes individuals whose volunteer efforts, through their commitment to a faith-based organization, serve the needs of the broader community. The 2020 medalist is Shannon Rizzo. Inspired by her younger sister Danielle, who is nonverbal and diagnosed with autism, Shannon organized a program for sensory-friendly Catholic masses at 2 parishes in Burlington County. These masses help individuals with autism and other disabilities to participate in Mass. This project also increased awareness of autism and provided an opportunity for the parishioners to become aware of individuals in their parish who have special needs, and to be compassionate to them. For her dedication to ensuring that all members of her church community could participate in Mass regardless of their abilities, Shannon is the recipient of the 2020 Faith-Based Service Jefferson Award medallion. The Feed the Hungry, House the Homeless Award recognizes individuals whose volunteer efforts address the needs of those striving to meet the basic needs of food and shelter in our community. The 2020 medalists are Yvette and Reginald Anderson. In 2010, Yvette and Reginald Anderson founded Anderson's Meet the Need organization. What started as a grassroots effort has grown to include Thanksgiving food drives, Christmas toy drives, back-to-school backpack and supply drives, pop-up food pantries around the state, and many other projects. The Andersons also organized teams of volunteers to go out into the communities to hand out care packages including blankets, warm clothes, toiletries, food, and more at train stations, parks, and tent cities. In honor of the thousands of people who have benefited from donations distributed by the Andersons Meet the Need organization, Yvette and Reginald are the recipients of the 2020 Feed the Hungry, House the Homeless Jefferson Award Medallion. The Founders and Innovators Award recognizes individuals whose vision and dedication result in the establishment of a new organization to meet unmet needs or a new improved means of meeting those needs. The 2020 medalist is Ashton Burrell. Ashton is the founder of the Live Mentorship Program, which was created to provide mentoring to youth 9 to 19 from different paths and cultures of life within his surrounding communities. The program maintains a 100% graduation rate for every senior that has been in the program. Since 2011, Ashton has helped and inspired over 400 students to graduate from high school. Beyond the educational programming, Ashton helped create a food program so students could have free lunch even when schools are closed. For his creation of the Live Mentorship Program, Ashton is the recipient of the 2020 Founders and Innovators Jefferson Award Medallion. The Good Neighbor Award recognizes individuals who consistently perform acts of kindness towards neighbors in need, and through a series of simple good deeds have made a significant difference in the lives of others. The 2020 medalist is Steve Sanborn. From 2014 to 2019, the late Steve Sanborn served the Short Hills community through his work as one of Greenwood Gardens' most valuable volunteers. Steve was able to further the strategic goals of Greenwood Gardens by serving as a docent who knowledgeably shared the history on tours he conducted with the public. To achieve this, Steve enthusiastically educated himself through extensive background reading. Steve also helped advance Greenwood's award-winning volunteer program, a critical resource for a nonprofit organization with limited staffing. In honor of Steve's memory and his commitment to the community of Short Hills and the Greenwood Gardens, the 2020 Good Neighbor Jefferson Award is presented to Steve's wife, Vicki.
The Lifetime Service Award recognizes individuals whose lifelong commitment to volunteerism has made a measurable impact upon the community. The 2020 medalist is Ted Odell. Ted has volunteered with United Way for 40 years, serving as board chair of the former United Way of North Essex and as treasurer of the Board of Trustees for United Way of Northern New Jersey, as well as on committees including fundraising and early childhood education, and is a low-income tax prep and financial literacy volunteer. Ted was also involved in the merger of several local United Way chapters into United Way of Northern New Jersey, resulting in a stronger organization with deeper community impact throughout North Jersey. Ted's 40 years of dedicated service are the reason he is the recipient of the 2020 Lifetime Service Jefferson Award Medallion. The Service to Youth Award recognizes those volunteer activities that directly or indirectly enhance the lives and development of the youth population. The 2020 medalist is Next Level Mentoring Program. In 2009, the Next Level Pageant and Mentoring Program was established to build confidence in young ladies and women through the beauty of pageantry and community service. With the purpose to train young girls and women, helping them not just with pageants, but with life skills, the program has seen their support change the lives of the women they work with, building their confidence, poise, and prepare them to become advocates for themselves and for others. For their work in fostering young ladies to become advocates for themselves and others, the Next Level Mentoring Program is the recipient of the 2020 Service to Youth Jefferson Award Medallion. The Volunteer Leadership Award recognizes individuals who, by their example and efforts, inspire and recruit others to become actively involved in volunteerism and community service. The 2020 medalist is Steve Janet. Steve leads fundraising for Sunshine Kids, sending kids with cancer on chaperone trips with other young cancer patients. He motivates 850 Berkshire Hathaway Home Services New Jersey professionals to hold over 40 fundraisers. By chaperoning trips in New Jersey and New York, Steve makes a difference in the lives, treatment, and mental state of kids with cancer. Steve never asks anything of others he isn't willing to do himself. He is always first to volunteer and the last one there cleaning up.
Good afternoon, all. If I could get your attention, please. We want to get the program started. Thank you for coming out for this beautiful day of celebration of the most amazing people in the state of New Jersey. I'd like to welcome and have a welcome given by the CEO here, Gary Schneider, from Grounds for Sculpture, this amazing program that you're seeing today. Gary?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my great pleasure on behalf of our board and staff and our volunteers here at Grounds for Sculpture to welcome you to today. We have beautiful weather. I know some of you were able to kind of walk around as you arrived, but I hope if you haven't been to Grounds for Sculpture that you take a little bit of time after today's celebration of all of you to soak in the garden. If you haven't been here before, Grounds for Sculpture is a 42-acre sculpture park, which means we've got 42 acres of imaginatively landscaped gardens with about 300 sculptures, both abstract and representational, including some that will surprise you because they look like people and you think they're actually alive. And we encourage you to walk around. It's a place, it's a different kind of museum. It's an outdoor museum, a place that prides a sense of discovery, playfulness. It's open and welcome to intergenerational audiences. You'll see many families walking around here today. It's a place where sculptures can be touched. It values all the senses, and it's a place that's open year-round. So if you want to come back at a different time of year, different time of day, it changes 365 days a year. We are so honored to be hosting today's celebration. We, as an organization, have 170 volunteers that are the backbone of the work that we do. You've met a number of them today who are helping be gracious hosts, but they help tend to our gardens, they help in our education and community-based programs. They've been incredibly helpful throughout COVID as we've been a place of respite and sort of restorative joy for our community who have longed to get out together, and our volunteers helped us open during COVID. And so we're just honored to be here, and we'd like to acknowledge and celebrate all of you for the work that you do And as a citizen of New Jersey myself, thank you for the work you do to strengthen our communities and make quality of life better for all of us. So thank you, welcome, and I hope you get to enjoy the park a little bit after the celebration today. So thank you.
Welcome, everyone. If you can please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, and welcome to our beautiful venue, Grounds for Sculpture. And thank you for joining us for the 2021 New Jersey Governor's Jefferson Awards. I am Ryan Gates, New Jersey's Client Community Relations Director for PNC Bank. It's a mouthful, so I always have to go slow when I say that. It's both an honor and humbling experience to be standing before such a distinguished audience. As we begin, there are a few objectives we will accomplish today. The first and most important objective is to shine a light on both the 2020 and 2021 New Jersey Governor's Jefferson Award honorees. The second is to acknowledge the organizations that play a vital role in supporting the awards and today's ceremony. And finally, to get the awards program underway. The past 18 months have been a challenge, to say the least. There's not been a lot of what we call normal, and that's why we're here celebrating 2 years of honorees. The initiative and the passion embodied by the neighbors and categories we're recognizing today have taken on new meanings since the pandemic, spanning our healthcare workers, educators, mental health awareness, to name only a few. Gandhi once said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." Looking around the room, as much of a challenge this last year and a half has been, every one of you have been that change. From Cape May to Maywood, Frenchtown to Fort Lee and beyond, you've worked tirelessly to bring that normal back to your communities. And with that, we come to the reason we're all here, to celebrate the spirit of volunteerism that today's honorees embody. I now have the honor to introduce a video from our Secretary of State, Tahisha Wei.
Good day, everyone. As New Jersey's Secretary of State, I'm honored that my department includes the Governor's Office of Volunteerism, led by Director Rowena Madden, because volunteers are essential to healthy communities and our quality of life. All of you are here for the 2021 Jefferson Awards because you represent the very best of our state's incredible volunteering community. Now, some of you are getting recognized for your efforts prior to the pandemic, while others are being honored specifically for how you helped our most vulnerable residents respond to the global health crisis we are still living through. I am so grateful for your commitment to service. From elementary school students to our seniors, this group reminds us that volunteering can be a lifelong endeavor across professions like education and emergency response. You found ways to go beyond your professional responsibilities and provide meaningful support to those in need. You helped our kids learn from home. You assisted in feeding and clothing families. You connected struggling workers with resources and made sure voters had access to our democracy. Simply put, you made people feel included, supported, and loved. New Jersey is a better place because of our volunteers, and it is my pleasure to congratulate you on this well-deserved recognition.
Thank you very much, Secretary Wei. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle Hayes, Vice President of NJ Advanced Media. sorry, I just gave myself a promotion. I am the Vice President of Marketing for NJ Advanced Media. You know, speak it and it will happen, who knows? As a news media organization, NJ Advanced Media is dedicated to our responsibility to inform and engage the public. Acknowledging the work of the informed and engaged honorees here today is one way that we honor that commitment. During today's program, we will acknowledge all in each category, and then we will ask the honorees selected to represent their category of peers to come to the stage to be part of our ongoing campaign, which runs in the Star-Ledger and our affiliated newspapers. It's our hope that your selfless acts of kindness and compassion to others will inspire others to service. You will be the informed and involved role models who demonstrate the power of the individual to make a difference and multiply good in New Jersey and beyond. So my role now is to give a few simple rules about how the program is going to proceed. When your name is called, please start making your way to the stage as your bio is being read. Anyone in need of assistance to get onto the stage, we have our wonderful Brandon here who can help you up the stairs. And then when you come up, you can also remove your mask for the picture taken so we can see the pearly whites. We got to see everything. And we will also make an effort to limit handshaking for the safety of all. With that, please welcome to the podium Mr. Ed O'Malley, Chair Emeritus of the Governor's Advisory Council on Volunteerism and Practice Leader for Gallagher Benefit Services. He will be followed by Rowena Madden, Executive Director of the Governor's Office of Volunteerism. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all again. Thank you so much for coming out today. This is a glorious day. And I want to thank you on behalf of the Governor's Advisory Council on Volunteerism and Community Service. Our chair, Bill Kettleson, could not be here today, unfortunately, but our vice chair, Florence Deming, is going to join us shortly and be celebrating some of the honorees from 20 and 21. This year, we are celebrating the honorees from 2020 that unfortunately we had to do virtually last year. And we're excited to be able to present you with your medallions and hopefully take a picture that'll be running in New Jersey Advanced Media's publications. You folks are the brightest examples of those that can do, those that can do more, volunteer. The honorees we're celebrating today represent over 1.8 million citizens of New Jersey who each year provide 160 million hours of service, making New Jersey the greatest place to live, work, and raise our families. We are so thrilled. The Jefferson Awards were established almost 50 years ago by Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, Senator Robert Taft Jr., and the Honorable Sam Beard, and are the official United States Senate awards program. They are recognized as the Nobel Prize of Volunteerism and Community Service. Today, the awards are administered nationally by Multiplying Good, formerly the Jefferson Awards Foundation, and we're absolutely thrilled to welcome Sam Beard's daughter, Hillary Schaefer, the CEO of Multiplying Good, joining us here today. Welcome, Hillary. In addition to Multiplying Good, I'd like to thank our partners who've made today possible. Our title sponsor, PNC Bank, and the regional president, Enrico Della Corna. New Jersey Advanced Media, Grounds for Sculpture, the New Jersey Governor's Office of Volunteerism, the New Jersey Governor's Advisory Council on Volunteerism and Community Service, and our amazing judges who read hundreds of nominations of the exceptional work being done by each and every one of you. As always, we appreciate the great support of New Jersey's Governor Phil Murphy, Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver, Secretary of State Tahisha Way, who you heard from earlier. And we also want to thank our staff, Rowena Madden, Linda Rivera, Heather Tedesco, and Vince Finellis. I also want to extend my personal appreciation to our great partner, Michelle Hayes of New Jersey Advanced Media. She's amazing. And PNC, we could not be here. PNC has been our title sponsor for almost a decade now and makes all of this possible. We're thrilled to have them here today, represented by Ryan. A heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you, the honorees we're blessed to recognize today. And I want to invite Rowena Madden to acknowledge members of the Governor's Advisory Council and our Martin Luther King Commission. Rowena?
Thank you very much, everyone. I want to say a couple of words about both the people who are here today and the people who are not here today. From the Governor's Advisory Council on Volunteerism, we're honored to have our co-chair, Florence Deming. We also have with us 3 other members, a wonderful, beloved Ray Lill and his wonderful wife, so good to see you, Arlene Myers, and Kimberly Seno. It's great to have you here. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge a wonderful senator who has been so active in the field of human services. I know him from that venue, but he does so much for the state of New Jersey, Senator Joe Vitale. So glad that you're here today. Thank you. But I also want to say who's not here today from the Governor's Advisory Council. And Ed, I don't even know if you know the full scope of everyone that's doing things. For example, Brian Dean, who is the head of Jersey Cares, is supporting efforts statewide, and his partner, Michelle Epifani, is here. So they're very active in almost every county, bringing the corporate sector together with the first responders and the volunteers. Joseph Galetta, from the Department of Human Services, who was a 30-year state police officer, is heading all of the state's efforts on mass care and feeding, which is huge. So far, as of yesterday, they have provided 15,000 meals. The shelters are closed, but he is involved in the transition between shelters and other housing. We also have, of course, Ed works in Burlington County. Brandon Pugh, another member who has always been deployed during disaster response. Janet Sharma is leading efforts in Bergen County. And Walter Vincent works with Presbyterian Disaster Services and is very involved. This is not a scene from Brideshead Revisited, if some of you are old enough to remember that. But this is my recollection of yesterday's events related to 9/11. Shortly after 9/11, I received a phone call from a Girl Scout troop in Kentucky saying, "Will you accept toys for the children who lost their parents at 9/11?" I said, yes. They said, "Oh, well, some other states aren't accepting." I said, "We'll accept it." The next thing I knew, my husband went to the post office. We have a little rural post office. And they said, "Hey, Martin, you better bring your pickup truck." And he brought his pickup truck around to the back, and there were 15 boxes of beautiful, beautiful teddy bears and other toys, which our team, and Linda may have been involved in this, it was so beautiful. We delivered around the state to children who had lost their parents, and it was a beautiful, beautiful tradition. And then we invited the Girl Scouts up to New Jersey to give them an honor. So I just wanted to try to tie together all of the wonderful things that our Governor's Advisory Council and all of New Jersey's 1.8 million volunteers are doing. Thank you so much.
At this time, we'd like to welcome the 2020 honorees to the stage to receive their New Jersey State Governor's Jefferson Award medallions. As previously stated, the 2020 honorees were recognized for their work at our virtual ceremony that's available to watch on www.njgovernorsawards.com. It is my honor to present them with their medallions today. First up is Brittany Botcher. Brittany's dedication to suicide prevention is the face of local tragedy in the face of local tragedy is why she is the recipient of the 2020 Against All Odds Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations, Brittany. Thank you. Our next honoree is Gianella Brignoni for her commitment to supporting the mental health of others in New Jersey and beyond, even in the face of a personal tragedy. We honor Gianella with the 2020 Ambassador Jefferson Award Medallion. Please come up, Gianella. Thank you, Gianella. Next up is Jack Lutz. Jack's 60 years, that's 60 years, serving as the longest-serving EMT in the Madison community, are why he is the recipient of the 2020 Atlantic Health System Emergency Services Jefferson Award Medallion. As a former EMT, I can't tell you how amazed I am, 60 years. I did it for almost 2 decades, and I can't even imagine doing it for 3 times that long. So, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Congratulations, Jack. Richard Jones is our next honoree for Richard's continued efforts in preserving New Jersey's native wildlife at the Woodford Cedar Run Wildlife Refuge. He is the recipient of the 2020 BD Animal Welfare Jefferson Award Medallion. Please come up, Richard. Thank you so much, Richard. Jeffrey Lagner, MD. Dr. Lagner's dedication to providing free medical assistance to those in need is why he is the 2020 recipient of the BD Jefferson Award for Healthcare Individual. Please come up, Dr. Lagner. Dr. Lagner could not be here today, so we'll accept that and get that to him, his medallion. Next up is Sanford Sandy Shevek. It is because of the great work that Dr. Shevek has done revitalizing Patterson and the surrounding area that he is the 2020 recipient of the BD Patterson Patriot Jefferson Award. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shevek. Congratulations. Next up is Riley Howerton. Riley's work to eradicate discrimination and hate speech are why she is the recipient of the 2020 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Champion for Justice Jefferson Award Medallion. Next up is Michaela Bauer. Michaela's vision for her organization, Hablo Inglés, and her commitment to it since it's why she is the recipient of the 2020 Jefferson Education Award Medallion. Please come up, Michaela. We'll be happy to accept this on her behalf and deliver it to her. Next up is Shannon Rizzo for her dedication to ensuring that all members of her church community can participate in Mass regardless of their abilities. Shannon is the recipient of the 2020 Faith-Based Service Jefferson Award Medallion, and accepting on her behalf is her very proud dad, her dad. Thank you. Next up is Yvette and Reginald Anderson in honor of the thousands of people who have benefited from pop-up food pantries and myriad donations distributed by the Andersons MTN organization. Yvette and Reginald are the recipients of the 2020 Feed the Hungry, House the Homeless Jefferson's Award Medallion. Congratulations, Yvette and Reginald. Our next honoree to be recognized is Ashton Burrell for his creation of the Live Mentorship Program, which inspires students to graduate from high school. Ashton is the recipient of the 2020 Founders and Innovators Jefferson Award Medallion. Please come up, Ashton. No. Likewise, he wasn't able to make it today. We'll deliver this to him. Our next up is Steve Sanborn. In honor of Steve's memory and his commitment to the community of Short Hills, the Greenwood Gardens, and his work growing their volunteer program, the 2020 Good Neighbor Jefferson Award is presented to Steve's wife, Vicki. Is Vicki here today? If not, we will deliver that to Vicki, recognizing her husband's amazing work. Next up is Ted Odell. Ted's 40 years of dedicated service to the United Ways of New Jersey are the reason he is the recipient of the 2020 Lifetime Service Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations, Ted. Please come up. Next up is Albert Horner for his efforts in revitalizing conservation practices, public awareness, and protection of public lands. Albert is the recipient of the PSE&G Environmental Stewardship Jefferson Awards Medallion. Congratulations, Albert. Next up is Shannon Higginbotham. Farmer Shannon's dedication to educating others and fostering the next generation of farmers and gardeners is why she is the recipient of the 2020 PSE&G Service Through STEM Jefferson Award. Shannon? And I'd be remiss without saying that I've never met Shannon before, but I've shopped at her farm market, and she has the absolute best corn, best tomatoes anywhere in New Jersey. Thank you, Shannon. Next up is James Stover. For James' commitment to reuniting active duty military personnel with their families for the holidays, he is the recipient of the 2020 PSE&G Service to and by Veterans to those that serve in military service Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations, James. And thank you for everything you do for our veterans. Next up is Next Level Mentoring Program for their work in fostering young ladies to become advocates for themselves and others. The Next Level Mentoring Program is the recipient of the 2020 Service to Youth Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations, all. Alan Charles Maggie. Alan's dedication to lifting the spirits of children with cancer is why he's the recipient of the 2020 PSE&G Youth in Service Jefferson Award Medallion. Alan? Congratulations, Alan. Steve Janet. The vision and leadership of Steve has resulted in the empowering culture of service while spreading hope to children with cancer. For this reason, Steve is the recipient of the 2020 Volunteer Leadership Jefferson Award Medallion. Steve, please come up. We will be delivering that to Steve. The Piscataway Special Olympics Local Training Program. For the work they've done helping athletes with intellectual and physical disabilities in and out of competition, the Piscataway Special Olympics local training program is the recipient of the 2020 Volunteer Group Jefferson Award Medallion. Next up is Comcast for their commitment to service and the way that they ensure their employees foster the same commitment. Comcast is the recipient of the 2020 Corporate Leadership Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations, Comcast. And finally, the 2020 New Jersey delegate to the National Jefferson Awards was Reverend Dr. Charles F. Boyer. Dr. Boyer was chosen to represent New Jersey in the 2020 National Jefferson Awards for his incredible work helping incarcerated youth. Is there anyone here? Oh, here we go. Dr. Boyer. Thank you, Dr. Boyer. Congratulations once again for our 2020 New Jersey State Governor's Jefferson Award recipients. Please give a round of applause. I'd now like to welcome Vice President of the Governor's Advisory Council on Volunteerism, Florence Deming, to the stage. She'll begin the 2020 awards presentations. Florence?
Good afternoon, everyone. Even though I'm perfectly capable of navigating these steps myself, with this handsome young man here, I know. Also, before I begin the presentation, I just want to say to all of the nominees and the medalists that I had the privilege and the pleasure of reading some of the nominations, and they brought tears to my eyes, not from sadness, but I was overcome with compassion, the emotion I felt because of your selfless dedication. Regardless of the circumstances, you did not stop or slow down, and some of you even escalated your work. And I just want to say that all of you are winners, all of you are champions, and I want to personally congratulate you and let you know how really wonderful it made me feel to know that people like this live in New Jersey. So thank you all for your dedication. It's now my honor to present two of the awards, beginning with the Service by for Armed Service Members / Veterans / Military Award, which recognizes extraordinary volunteer service in support of or performed by veterans, those in active military service. And the 2021 honorees are the Armed Forces Heritage Museum, Eleanor Molly, Jane Connor, Walter Stepko, and the medalist is Bob Jung. Would Bob Jung please come forward to receive his medal? A little word about Bob. As a veteran of the U.S. Army, Bob has dedicated his time to providing tents, sleeping bags, and warm clothing for homeless veterans as past president of the North Huntington Rotary. It is the decades-long commitment to the well-being of veterans that make Bob the recipient of the 2021 Service by/for Armed Service Members, Veterans/Military Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations to Bob. The Community Pillow Award recognizes individuals who, by the breadth and depth of their service across many categories of volunteerism, significantly contribute to their community. And the 2021 honorees are Ahmed Abdelbaki, Azra Beg, Carol Henrik, Sharon Singh, David Arminio, Kim Cottrell, Sadia Akhtar, and the medalist Amanda Wiskowski. Would Amanda Wiskowski please come forward to receive the 2021 Community Pillow Jefferson Award Medallion? When schoolwork and internships halted due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Amanda dedicated her time and energy to making and donating hundreds of masks, as well as blankets for cancer patients, food for various food pantries, and the Ronald McDonald House, and began volunteering one day a week at the vaccine clinic. The scope of service Amanda performed and the never-ending perseverance she showed are the reasons why she is the recipient of the 2021 Community Pillow Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations, Amanda. And next, the Education Award. The Education Award recognizes volunteers who provide academic and/or extracurricular support to others of all ages. And the 2021 honorees are Abir Kadovic, Charles Minifield, Cash Delory, Michelle Lynch, Reverend Dr. Marty Robinson, Susan Lipstein, and the medalist Riley Layton. With Riley, please come forward. In 2014, at the young age of 9, Riley created and established Riley's Rainbows, providing school-age students access to free school supplies. Each year, Riley's Rainbows raises funds through fundraising and private donations that she utilizes to purchase school supplies for less fortunate students. For her spirit of giving and deep empathy for her classmates, Riley is the recipient of the 2021 Education Jefferson Award Medallion. And now, please welcome to the stage our fellow New Jersey Governor's Advisory Council on Volunteerism and Community Service member, Kimberly Senor, who will do the next series of nominations, of awards. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with such esteemed company. I'm here to present the Emergency Services First Responders and Award, which recognizes volunteer EMTs, police, firefighters, and other emergency service volunteers who ensure our public safety and well-being by responding to emergency situations, engaging in community awareness and education, and providing for safer communities. The 2021 honorees are Civil Air Patrol New Jersey Wing, David Black, Jordan Horowitz, Kyle Hart, Rebecca Herzog, and our medalist, which is Stuart Steinberg. Please come up. Stuart has been a volunteer EMT for more than 25 years and has served the last 20 years as the chief of the Wayne First Aid Squad, which is New Jersey's largest and highest call volume volunteer center. During his time as an EMT, Stuart has been involved in more than 1,000 vehicle rescues, and for his county's life-saving feats of heroism while volunteering his time, Stuart is the recipient of the 2021 Emergency Services First Responders Jefferson Award Medallion. The Environmental Stewardship Award recognizes volunteers who pioneer and promote energy conservation and environmental action to foster a clean, green, sustainable environment, and those who establish or revitalize conservation practices and public awareness within the local, state, national, or our global community. Our 2021 honorees are Akhil Arlarusu, Manav Patel, Shiv Goel, Sri Nahal, and our medalist, Alan Hershey. Alan, please come up. Alan has engaged in land preservation and has led stewardship efforts in central New Jersey for over 30 years. He has founded the New Jersey Trails Association, secured funding, and led the effort to create a website that provides information about our local trails. Alan's dedication to forging and preserving New Jersey's nature trails is why he is the recipient of the 2021 Environmental Stewardship Jefferson Award Medallion. The Faith-Based Services Award recognizes individuals whose volunteer efforts through their commitment to a faith-based organization serve the needs of the broader community. Our 2021 honorees are Jan Delgado, John Torado, Mirage Abdi, Mercedes and David Rizzo, Reverend Dr. Dana Green, Trina Munford, and our medalist, which is Reverend Seth Caperdale. In the past decade, Seth has created housing for women aging out of foster homes, homeless veterans, re-entering citizens, and just as involved in youth and chronically homeless mentally ill adults, refugees, and asylees through the Reformed Church of Highland Park Affordable Housing Corporation program, which created. Seth is celebrating the 20th anniversary of being pastor of RCHP today, so the nominator is accepting the 2021 Faith-Based Service Jefferson Award on his behalf. The Founders and Innovators Award recognizes individuals whose vision and dedication result in the establishment of a new organization to meet unmet needs or improved means of meeting those needs. The 2021 honorees are Bill Zhang, Donna York, Larry Abrams, Ralph Stowe, Yuan Kwong, and our medalist, Karen DeMarco. Karen founded the nonprofit group, the Food Brigade Incorporated, which in a 5-month period distributed over 1 million pounds of food, as well as prepackaged meals, to local residents in need. Every week, she's responsible for distributing between 35 to 40 tons of food for people in need. It's Karen's ability to develop new ways to serve New Jersey's hungry populations that makes her the recipient of the 2021 Feed the Hungry, House the Homeless Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations. And please welcome to the stage New Jersey Governor Office of Volunteerism Deputy Director Vincent Finalis.
Sorry, the wind. All right. The Feed the Hungry, House the Homeless Award recognizes individuals whose volunteer efforts address the needs of those striving to meet the basic needs of food and shelter in our community. The 2021 honorees are Bob Dombrowski, Charlie Tamaro, Dion Isilio Kokutta, Gianni Stutz, Jasmine Ola, Jeff Friedman, Jewish Family and Children's Service of Southern New Jersey, Lucas Pavolinas, Salma Habibi, Steve Plevins, Wanna Pizza This, and the medalist, Tony Tamarazzo. Tony Tamarazzo, please come up to receive the 2021 Feed the Hungry and House the Homeless Jefferson Award Medallion. On the day of the pandemic in March 2020, Tony reached out to the community leaders and said, "We need to make sure people have food." Over this year, she built the volunteer-led Hoboken Food Pantry and addressed the growing needs of Hoboken's hungry and underserved, in particular, Hoboken's 1,800 low-income seniors. Tony's passion and dedication to feeding the hungry populations in Hoboken made her the recipient of the 2021 Feed the Hungry, House the Homeless Jefferson Award Medallion. The Good Neighbor Award recognizes individuals who consistently perform acts of kindness towards neighbors in need and through a series of simple good deeds have made a significant difference in the lives of others. The 2021 honorees are Brett Stolker, Carol Marcus, Kathy Britz, Kristen Baum, Laura Pelzinski, Manna from Heaven, Marsha Mendel, Susan Lubalin, Vicky Alzon, thank you, and the medalist, Joe Antico. Mr. Antico, please come forward to receive your 2021 Good Neighbor Jefferson Award Medallion. Throughout the food security program at the Bridgewater Somerville YMCA, the organization has served over 13,000 individuals thanks to Joe Antico's volunteer leadership and support. Joe's dedication to the hungry populations of Bridgewater and Somerville, especially during the height of the pandemic-related food insecurity, he is the recipient of the 2021 Good Neighbor Jefferson Award Medallion. The Healthcare Service Award recognizes service that supports or is supported by individuals or groups in the healthcare industry. This also includes support given to healthcare workers and organizations. The 2021 honorees are Anna McBurse, Dr. Barry Pristowski, Diane Hill, Elaine Levy, Dr. Iman Tadros, Indian Health Camp of New Jersey, John Middleton, Patrick Robertson, Randy McBlain, Samia Buddha, St. Clair's Prenatal Clinic, Steve Harasimak, and the medalist, New Jersey Medical Reserve Corps. Created in 2005, the New Jersey Medical Reserve Corps is a network of 24 community-based units comprised of volunteers who help ensure their communities are healthy, prepared, and resilient. An estimated 1,000 MRC volunteers deploy each week for COVID-19 response activities at about 30 or more vaccination sites across the state. For the pandemic response to work the New Jersey Medical Reserve Corps has done to help New Jersey and her residents, they are the recipient of the 2021 Healthcare Service Jefferson Award Medallion. The Lifetime Service Award recognizes individuals whose long life commitment to volunteerism has made immeasurable impact upon the community. The 2021 honorees are Diane Palmer, Dr. Eileen Poyani, Jacqueline Piper, Judy Love, Susie McGee, and the medalist, Mary Porcello. Mary developed an apartment building that is 100% affordable housing. Then, after recognizing the devastating impact addiction has had on the community, Mary worked for many years with the same developer to open a residential treatment facility at Old South Amboy Hospital. Mary's lifetime of innovative thinking and commitment to underserved population is why she is the recipient of the 2021 Lifetime Service Jefferson Award Medallion. The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Champion for Justice Award recognizes individuals whose lifelong commitment to volunteerism has made a measurable impact upon the community. The 2021 honorees are Carol Watchler, Katerina Kovnak, Leo Denise Saudago, Morgan Marie, Michael Foundation, Neeraj Bansal, Nicholas Kimball, and the medalist, Ed Fenwick. Each week, Ed donates between 20 to 30 hours of his time screening DACA applicants, preparing DACA renewals, handling special juvenile immigration cases, and submitting citizenship requests, as well as helping immigrants seeking asylum prepare for their day in court. For Ed's work in helping individuals acquire what's necessary to become legal citizens of the United States, he is the recipient of the 2021 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Champion for Justice Jefferson Award Medallion. Now please welcome Linda Rivera of the Governor's Office of Volunteerism to the stage.
Hello, everyone. The Service Through STEM Award recognizes individuals whose application of science, technology, engineering, and/or mathematics skills and knowledge to develop solutions to problems at the individual home, school, community, or global level. The 2021 honorees are, please excuse my mispronunciation of some of your names. Anusha Bansal, Arya Chalile, Dhruv Balaji, Kenneth Sue, Vaccine Bot, New Jersey, Mariam Ali, Dr. Mintz John, Nitish Kasarla, Shruti Suresh, Tamaima Yosef, and the medalist, Siddhant Kumarapuram Ganapath. In 2019, Siddhant created the Brain Bunch, a 501c3 nonprofit organization to teach students in grades 2 through 8 about neuroscience. Now, during COVID-19, he works with 15 ambassadors nationally to establish virtual educational programs and sponsor educational materials for families impacted financially. Siddhant's commitment making neuroscience education accessible is why he is the recipient of the 2021 Service Through STEM Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations. The Service to Youth Award recognizes those volunteer activities that directly or indirectly enhance the lives and development of the youth population. The 2021 honorees are Anthony Lorenzoni, Austin Yang, Katharina Wolf, Emmett and James Houghton, John Dodoris, Kuno Kumar, Mentor You Connect, Reading Buddies Kingsway, Youth Football Association. It continues. Sudarani Kankanola, and the medalists, Zalman and Toba Grossbaum, excuse me. Rabbi Zalman and wife Toba are lifelong educators and special needs activists. Since the start of the pandemic, they have transformed their organization to provide safe, virtual, and socially distanced interactive and educational programming for those impacted most by isolation during the pandemic. Also, the pandemic individuals with special needs and homebound seniors. For their devotion to ensuring students received proper and safe education during a global pandemic, Zalman and Toba are the recipients of the 2021 Service to Youth Jefferson Award Medallion. Congratulations. The Volunteer Program/Group Award recognizes an outstanding volunteer group or program consisting of 3 or more individuals ages 19 and over who coordinate and participate in various volunteer activities to benefit their communities. The 2021 honorees are Bergen Volunteers, Coalition for Medical Marijuana, New Jersey, Concerned Citizens of Vauxhall and Vicinity Civic Association, FBI Newark Citizens Academy Alumni Association, Jersey Cares, New Jersey State Federation of Women's Civics Clubs, Notre Dame High School, Professional Service Group of Mercer County, Ramapo College Small Business Development Center, Economic Recovery Task Force Initiative, St. Clair's Health Volunteers, and the medalist, Feed the Front Lines in Helping Those in Need. Please come up to the stage. Feed the Front Lines in Helping Those in Need launched during the start of the pandemic in March of 2020. The organization raised $100,000 from private donations to keep restaurants in business by buying ready-to-eat meals for EMS, hospital workers, and the food insecure. Through their innovative thinking, Feed the Front Lines, Helping Those in Need, was able to help countless restaurants stay in business while helping so many in need find food. And that is why they are the recipient of the 2021 Volunteer Group Volunteer Program Jefferson Award Medallion. At this time, I'd like to welcome Heather Tedesco of the Governor's Office of Volunteerism to the stage.
The Volunteer Leadership Award recognizes individuals who, by their example and efforts, inspire and recruit others to become actively involved in volunteerism and community service. The 2021 honorees are Carol Bursick, Janet Copeland, Josephine Noon, Paige Anderson, and the medalist, Joanne Hoffman. Will Joanne Hoffman please come to the stage? Joanne is actively involved in suicide prevention, especially important during the isolation of COVID-19. She has volunteered at Contact over 3,000 hours for 40 years since 1980 and serves as a volunteer trainer as well as on the training committee. For her commitment to suicide prevention, especially in the face of a global pandemic, Joanne is the recipient of the 2021 Volunteer Leadership Jefferson Award Medallion. The Youth in Service Award recognizes young individuals, ages 25 and under, who lead and inspire both peers and adults to participate in volunteer efforts and/or those youth who are dedicated to establishing new or supporting existing community service programs. The 2021 honorees are Amanda McNally, Jake DeGuzman, Joshua Enberg, Caitlin Reaper, Manor Facio, Matea Mandik, Prakit Nigam, Shiashvali Patel, and the medalist, Matthew Zhang. Will Matthew Zhang please come forward? In 9th grade, Matthew Zhang founded and leads the Livingston Youth Organization for Human Services, a 120-member nonprofit to conduct numerous community service projects for New Jersey during COVID-19 through fundraisers and resource drives. His organization has raised $900 for elder care services, healthcare services, supplied $260 worth of meals for COVID-19 hospital units, and donated 1,000 food packages to impoverished citizens and donated hundreds of books to 4 underfunded Newark schools. It's for this work that we give him the 2021 Youth in Service Jefferson Award Medallion. The Youth Volunteer Program/Group Award recognizes young individuals aged 25 and under who lead and inspire both peers and adults to participate in volunteer efforts and/or those youth who are dedicated to establishing new or supporting existing community service programs. The 2021 honorees are Maurice Koresh, Deliver Together, Connect Global, Livingston Youth Organization for Human Services, New Jersey Youth Corps of Newark, St. Philip Neri Service Leadership Club, and the medalists, the Alliance for Youth Leaders in the United States. The Alliance of Youth Leaders in the United States has donated over 10,000 masks, 3,000 plus of the 3D printed face shield frames, 4,000 ICU-grade gowns for anesthesiologists and physicians, and collected jointly used iPads for ICUs so that patients could stay connected with their families. They also created heartfelt videos, hundreds of thank you cards, and art show paintings at Princeton Medical Center to honor and to express gratitude for those on the front lines. Let's hear it again for the Alliance of Youth Leaders. And now, please join me in welcoming Multiplying Good CEO Hillary Beard Schaefer.
So my most important job is to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. Reno and Ed talked a little bit earlier about how there are 1.8 million citizens of the state of New Jersey who volunteer. If you think about what you heard today, in this room alone, look around at each other, because you represent those who have stood tall and leaned in to help and have helped millions of individuals in the state of New Jersey in the last 2 years. And boy, has it been a doozy of the last 2 years. I also just want to say thank you to our partners. We've been in partnership with the New Jersey Governor's Office of Volunteerism, with NJ Advanced Media, NJ.com, and the Star Ledger, and with PNC now for well over a decade. And our partnership with the Office of Volunteerism and the Star Ledger goes back decades. It is our fundamental belief at Multiplying Good, in the Office of Volunteerism, at NJ.com, Advanced Media, and the Star Ledger, and at PNC, that there are alarms everywhere, that we come together through the power of service to others. That when we lean in to help somebody else, it builds community, it connects us, it drives empathy, and it is the multiplier of good that we all want to see in the world. When we first went into the pandemic back in March of 2020, at Multiplying Good and in partnership with our partners, we said, service is going to be one of the things that brings us through. Tens of millions of Americans are going to wake up every day and say, how can I help? And it was our fundamental belief that in this time of fear, that any act of good was inherently extraordinary, that any act of bravery, generosity, or kindness was in and of itself extraordinary. And so as you sit here as Jefferson Award recipients, to win a Jefferson Award is a huge deal. And there's a lot of criteria behind it. But we said we should be honoring the everyone, and in doing so, multiply their good. So back in March of 2020, we launched a 1 in a Million Awards program. And the idea is we were going to give out 1 million awards to the everybody. And here's the thing, which is actually the narrative of the last 18 months. In just 4 months, we gave out 2.2 million awards. Now, what I love about that narrative is 97% of the country has no idea we even did it. What that tells you is that the narrative of this time is actually that tens of millions of people are coming together, are building community, are connecting with each other, and are multiplying good. That is the message today and is the message forward. And it is all because of individuals like yourselves who wake up every day and lean in to help, and do so with scale, with passion, with heart, with empathy, and with commitment. So it is my job here today to just say thank you. I would also like to invite you all, every year for the last 49 years, the Jefferson Awards has gathered to celebrate the nation, to celebrate our top change makers, and from people like yourselves from all over the country who stand tall in their communities. The National Jefferson Awards this year is virtual, like so many things, but it is on September the 30th. It is coming right up. So please register, please join us. We're calling it the most inspirational hour on the internet. Boy, do we want to be in person, but we can't be this year. I would also like to invite you all to join us in community. We are going into our 50th year next year. Multiplying Good is turning 50. And we hearken back to the original founding passion of Jack and Kennedy Onassis, Senator Robert Taft Jr., and Sam Beard, which was that America and Americans are inherently good, and that needs to be the narrative of our time. So, in our 50th year, we're orienting entirely around scale. It is our commitment to actively engage 1 million young people a year as empathetic leaders and change makers. It is our mission to build a community of service, because as you all know, service is hard and requires inspiration and requires resources, but 200,000 strong that we hope you will all join, and to be the most recognized brand for service in America so that we can all multiply it for good together. So join us on September 30th, join us into our 50th year. Join us in multiplying what you all know, which is that when we come together, the narrative of our time is a different narrative than the one we see every day. It is a narrative of good. So please turn around and smile as much as you can and thank each other. Celebrate yourselves and thank our partners, because you are extraordinary.
Thank you so much, Hillary. And I want to wish you all a fantastic day. Thank you for coming out on this gorgeous day, seeing this beautiful facility. Thank you to PNC, our partner, New Jersey Advanced Media, as well as Grounds for Sculpture. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for coming. God bless you all.